Hey guys, welcome back to Outspoken. We know we've been away for a while. We had a few technical difficulties in the month of April. I had a fire in my apartment and so we couldn't edit the footage. We couldn't film the footage. All of my equipment was here. It was kind of a mess. So we've been away for a while, but hopefully things will be working back to normal now, and we will be doing this every week. How have you guys been? How was your April? I know you guys both did a little bit of traveling this month.
I went to Sedona, Arizona.
Oh, yes,
it was cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. I've never been there before.
Right.
First time.
Would you go again?
Definitely. Something unique about there, all of the buildings are like the same shade of color, like same shade of red rock, yeah.
Is that just because like the dust storms
no,
the whole
like,
city of...
There's like a law that all the buildings built after a certain year have to be a certain color.
Arizona's kind of a red state though. Did you have any trouble?
I didn't.
How was the gay scene?
The gay scene is non-existent. I'm sorry.
Like, say non-existent.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore.
Yeah. You're gonna be like, bitch.
Right.
You didn't come to this so-and-so.
Right, I was in
wherever you found was not.
Yeah, I was in Phoenix, and it's just not like it is in Dallas.
Dry. It was dry. Dry.
Because, you know, we get what's Hollywood, and bitch, that's like the strip.
You have right.
And same with Dallas, with Oakland. Strip.
What about you? How was Santa Barbara? You were in Santa Barbara?
Nice. I've never been. I just went for like 2 days. It was really cute. A lot of beautiful places. Fine cuisine. Yeah, it was nice. I see why Randy's always there. It's really beautiful. It's a zen to it.
It's peaceful. I mean, for what they all pay and for how much money they have, I would want a peaceful, beautiful town myself. So
that's what I was hearing. I was like, ooh.
All right. Well, things haven't been so cute for some of our celebrity faves this month. There's been so many things to catch up on. We'll never be able to catch up on all of them, but we've been talking about Wendy the past few episodes that we've been doing the show, and you know, we've watched as her marriage has sort of been crumbling. In last episode, we talked about how much we would love for her to leave that man and go on and do her thing, and she is. Wendy announced this past month that she is getting a divorce. Her husband was also fired as producer on the show because we kind of wondered about that, how that was going to play out. What do you guys think of newly single Wendy? Did you guys say you didn't think it was going to happen? You said you didn't. Yeah.
Oh,
you said you didn't think that she would really leave him.
I said that. I said that I wanted her to.
You wanted her to, but you didn't think she would.
Yeah, but okay, the fact that she did. Let's see what happens next. I think.
Oh, you feel like.
First of all, I think the crap talking's gonna come down a little bit.
Okay.
Just because
humble her a little bit.
You have to humble yourself after this.
I feel like she's given a vibe of more humbleness.
She has.
Am I wrong?
No,
like,
she already has.
She already has. Lately, like she's just more nicer and like
a little nicer, a little more.
Since she's gotten sick.
Well, you know, she didn't say exactly, I'm getting a divorce. She didn't she still keeps it kind of close to chest, but she knows that we know that everyone knows. And she's been making a lot of jokes about like hot guys and ooh, now I'm single, and she's talking about going out with what's his name? Norman? Is that his name? Going to the bars with Norman.
Even when she talked about that, Norman was like, oh, really? Yeah, sure.
We're gonna go to the ball scene?
Yeah, I'm like, you weren't this girl before. But we're talking I'm loving Wendy.
I mean, she's going to the balls with the gays.
Yes.
She's thirsting for, some hot celebrity males, single males.
You know what? She probably want that itch scratched.
Yeah,
like,
for
I'm
sure.
not gonna lie. Like, Wendy deserves to get dick down. And now that she's single, she can. Because I felt like for the most part, she respected her man. Like, anytime there were hot topics.
Too much. She would
like talk about a guy, but not go into like, oh my god, the things I would do. Now we're like starting to see that flirty side of her.
I mean, I feel like she went from I'm married for this long, defend my husband, a ring, and then the next week she's like, oh, I got asked on this date, and I got asked on this date. She's putting it out there. She's very vocal about.
Like you know that one friend who like sees her friend sees her ex at the club and they start dancing real extra hard, like, oh bitch, yes, I'm having a good time. Oh my god, look over here.
It's a little extra. It's a hey.
Give it that, but I'm not gonna lie, bitch, I'm still living.
Yeah, do it. I mean,
it's a lighter Wendy.
Yeah, this could be Wendy's how Stella got her groove back moment. How Wendy gets her groove back. So I think it'll be fun for her.
And I hope he gets nothing.
I'm sure he will. Yeah, I know. I wonder how that plays out. I mean,
But she'll find a way to get even more. After.
I mean, either way, he's getting cut off. I feel like even by him not going to the studio, I'm sure that's.
Yeah, I mean, he's not producer anymore, so he's got to find another gig.
He's going to these like Hollywood parties, I'm sure. Like,
not on her arm anymore. And now he's got a baby at home he's got to take care of, supposedly. So,
how the tables have turned.
Oh, well, all right. But yeah, she seems healthy. She seems happy. So props to Wendy. Congratulations on your divorce. You know, we were all rooting for you.
Yes.
Good for her. Well, speaking of other people we've been talking about lately in the news, Jussie Smollet, the case that just keeps on giving, had another, not development, but kind of a, what everybody was wondering, will he be returning to Empire? This week, it was revealed that while the network did renew his option to keep him around, which means he's not officially fired, they could bring him back at some point. But there are no plans to have him on the new season of Empire. Yeah. So
that's how they save their ass.
What do you guys think about this? I know you're a boy, you're loyal to the core.
I know, and I'm still rooting, but I understand their decision. At the end of the day, like, this is their moneymaker. Like, there's a lot of people that are employed with this show. I think that was the best decision to be like, hey, like, just sit this season out. Maybe next season, let's fill it out. But for right now, you on vacate somewhere.
Yeah. Let's sit this season out. Let's see how our ratings do. Let's see if this blows over.
Long honeymoon.
You know, there's still that FBI case floating around, I think. So the producers have to do what they have to do, and I think they're going to try to keep as good of a relationship with him as possible, which is fair. You know, how many seasons is it now in Empire?
I know. I thought the series was almost over anyway.
Obviously it's going on. It's still going. There's a new season.
I think it's going to be over soon.
Right.
No more than 2. The last season.
Yeah. Maybe one last one. Maybe they'll bring him back for the finale if the next season
no
turns
more
out
than
to
2
be
seasons.
The last.
I don't know. We'll see.
Unless they're going to cast me in it, then keep
Oh, okay. All right. On Empire.
Yeah.
You want to be, what do we say last year? We talked about you being on Pose.
Oh, yeah.
But you're a dancer, though. You're a dancer.
Are they currently shooting the new season?
They are. They are.
And I thought the first season is going to be on Netflix.
Soon. Yes. I'm excited.
Wow.
Are you excited? New season? We've seen a lot of, or at least I have through social media and all the things that we do. I've seen a lot of the cast since the show. They're getting more and more booked. You're seeing them on, Billy Porter had all the wonderful red carpet moments this year. You know, that's one I'm looking forward to seeing again.
Or most of them, for the most part, are activists.
Right.
And they're like really fighting.
They're very in the scene. A few of them are calling out politicians for things, which I appreciate. So yeah, I'm excited about Pose. Well, speaking of other TV shows, this weekend marked a huge milestone in TV when Game of Thrones, HBO's long-running hit, had a very important episode where, if you don't know the show, one of the main villains who's been throughout the show was waging war on the characters this week. It was all over social media. Fans are going crazy. It drew record numbers in for HBO. Social media is divided on it. You're a Game of Thrones fan,
I love
right? I'm a Game of Thrones fan.
It actually crashed.
I think, because everyone's streaming it. Yeah.
Oh, I loved it, and it didn't disappoint. I mean, obviously, there's things that I'm sure, like, I wish were this way or that way, but for the most part, I'm like thoroughly entertained. Super sad, there's only 3 more episodes left.
Right.
I've been following this thing from the jump, so it's always been like, oh, this new season, just that wait, that's always been like kind of like, even if you have friends that watch, it's kind of like a thing to keep up with. I just want to know how it's going to end.
Right.
Am I going to be satisfied?
Well, were you satisfied with how the resolution of the Night King and this whole
I was.
overall?
I just feel like I want more people dying.
You
know what I mean? Like, I get it. I love these characters, but I need some more deaths. I need some top of the head.
The rumor was, this was like one of the biggest battles of all time. I think it took 55 days to film. It was cinematography was an issue for the episode. A lot of people on social media are coming for.
Get it there as well.
It's the Night King, and the episode's name was The Long Night, so it's very night-centric, dark.
What'd you think?
I was living. I loved it. I was really excited. If you're not a Game of Thrones fan, which poor Edwin is not, he's a little bit lost. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. I don't know.
No, I don't care. My only thing about it is, like, I don't like when the top shows are only on cable. Same with Pose.
Right.
Yeah. Like, Pose can reach so much more people if they were on Netflix, something that everyone can watch.
Right.
I have cable, but I just don't. I don't even know if I have HBO.
HBO Go. You got it. Well, one day you got to sit down and watch Game of Thrones. So, for me, Game of Thrones is I think it's going to be like the last big like water cooler TV show. Like the way that we watch entertainment and shows now is so different. It's all about streaming and streaming services and you know, you binge watch everything, and then we're consumers, we want it all at once. Game of Thrones, you know, even if you're not a fan of the dragons and the mythology and stuff, like what they've done with this show, everybody watches Game of Thrones. There's people from every demographic that are into this show. And I think it's such a, you know, when you watch the episode, you talk about it the next day, and everyone wants to talk about it, and everyone wants to catch up, and there's spoilers, and everyone wants to avoid. So I don't think, with how, you know, entertainment has changed and how it continues to change, I think it's going to be one of the last great shows that we like get excited for week to week and then talk about, you know?
Last great TV show.
Great, yes.
Television.
Yes, yes. I mean, not ever made, but just the last one that we watch in this way. Because now, you used to talk about
Roseanne.
Roseanne canceled.
No, yeah, that's what I loved about it as well. Like I was saying, just the fact that like
brings people together.
Yeah, like oh babe, did you see? It's kind of like when our parents watch soap operas. You know what I mean? There's this idea of like, oh my god, I can't wait to so and so. So Game of Thrones, I'm gonna miss the characters.
Yeah, same.
Because we pretty much followed them.
When you
like,
watch, well, it's 7 seasons, but it's been about 10 years, 9 years, 10 years. Yeah. So you've grown up with these people,
10 years.
especially.
It was a little weird with.
That's what the sex scene. If you don't know,
I've just heard about this show maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes,
it's been on for 10 years.
Yeah.
You've been watching it for 10 years.
Yes.
I've been watching it the last 6 years.
I started in season 2. I started,
okay.
But then I went back.
Why were you not watching it? Like, why did you take
watch it?
I didn't have HBO.
Who got me out? I was talking to this cat who put me on, and was just like, and we would just watch it, and I caught up, and I was like, oh, bitch, this is something I can get behind.
Okay.
Bitch, give it 3 episodes, and you be
No, I'm sure it is good.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
They just need to make it more accessible. I don't know. Same with Rupaul. I didn't watch Drag Race Forever until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They're only on cable.
Well, HBO, I mean, they make great television. They have a budget behind them, but they, you know, that's the only place you can see their properties. Unfortunately, is HBO and HBO Go.
Back to what you said, Netflix and Hulu. I think that's how they're going to take over.
Yeah.
Because everyone is able to access their shows from anywhere.
Right.
And that's what's going to make HBO.
Well, Netflix is relatively inexpensive for some of the quality of some of their productions.
Like,
I don't know how much it is. I mean, add on. Yeah, I use my friend's HBO account.
Yeah.
Thank you, friend.
I feel like HBO is like $15 or something.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
But how many shows on HBO do you watch?
I watch a few. Yeah.
Oh, there are? Oh, okay.
There's multiple shows that I definitely watch.
Insecure.
I watch Veep. Veep, Insecure.
My brother's trying to get me to watch
Westworld.
Veep. I'm just like, that sounds like so much.
It's their last season too.
Exactly.
But it's so do you like the shows like that have that cringy like The Office and stuff like and she's such a horrible person, but you love her and like it's so. But now it's the past couple of seasons, it's like so outlandish, but it's starting to like catch up with our real world, so it's sort of strange. Like they're rigging elections now, right? Yeah, eventually, you know, truth is stranger than fiction, I guess. Speaking of other works of nerd fiction that made a splash this weekend, Avengers Endgame, what most people are hailing is the biggest movie of all time, came out this weekend. The latest Avengers movie, it's the 23rd movie in this series of Marvel movies. Are you guys fans of the Marvel movies, Marvel Universe?
I mean, I'll watch it.
I'll watch it, yeah.
But you're not.
I don't follow it, no.
Well, knowing you and like knowing other people are like huge fans, like I can't even just say I'm a fan. So like I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it. Like I'm not gonna be like rushing to the theater, but if someone invited me, I'd go watch it.
Right. I'm one of those people. I don't know the difference between Marvel and DC. Like, who are some Marvel superheroes?
The Avengers.
Who are the famous ones?
Captain America, Thor.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The Hulk.
So Spider-Man is like
Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man is Marvel.
Batman is DC. Batman and Wonder Woman and Superman.
Oh, I like those people.
Okay.
Yeah.
But wow. My nerd mind, my nerd sensibilities are very offended right now.
Wait a
minute.
Do you not like them?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm a huge comic book nerd. I grew up on comic books and nerd stuff. So obviously this weekend was really exciting for me and other fellow nerds. Like 2 of the biggest epics that we followed, both of them for 10 years now. You know, they're ending, and so it was an epic weekend for the nerds. I was excited. Overall, I liked Endgame.
Vibe in the theater?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, I went opening night. You know, the nerds love. They're cheering when there wasn't as many dressed up this time, but you know, they cheer when their favorite comes in or when a moment for the comic books happen.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's a fun.
In that sense, as long as it's not like just crazy, obviously. Just like one person just, but like when we're like in a theater and you can all
everyone's having a good time. And it is. I mean, it's already made worldwide $2 billion over the opening weekend. It's literally the biggest movie of all time, box office records. No matter how you feel about these superhero movies and stuff like that, there's no denying what an accomplishment is to create 23 different films that are all connected. Every single one of them has made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. They have the biggest celebrities in the world. Like, it's an amazing feat as far as for film, for nerds, for fans, just entertainment fans. So it's a really cool weekend. I had a great nerd weekend. I hope some of our nerd watchers did too.
You weren't trying to spoil it for anybody, like give the end away, because I feel like I heard a lot of people like being upset. Even in this article, apparently this Domino's employee attacked his coworker for spoiling the movie.
Fired.
What do you think about spoilers? Are you like upset, or if someone tells you like, okay,
you don't care? You're
in general. Out of respect, I don't do them to people, but if someone does it to me, I prefer that you not, or ask me first.
I hate people that ruin spoilers. I hate it, because even if you're not a fan of something, you know, and 9 times out of 10 people do it just to be assholes. Like this weekend with the nerd movies and Game of Thrones, there was massive like don't reveal spoilers. Like it was kind of like, you know, the good people want to preserve the fun for everyone, and they're not. But then I would go online and I would see people literally just posting the plot to people. You know, like people just being assholes. Like I don't know why you have to be that asshole to ruin people's fun.
Some people just put in the comments of a random post and you're like, what the fuck? I was expecting to see that, but I got the end of it.
So I would, you know, the guy who beat up his, you deserve it. There was a few cases of this. I heard, I think in somewhere in Asia, there was people coming out of the theater, or a guy coming out of the theater, and he told everyone coming out, and the people like jumped him that were waiting for the
I know that's a little dramatic jumping,
but it is. I will say, when I got to that movie early, and I was sitting outside waiting, and when the showing came out, I was literally like, la 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 la, because I didn't even think about it until that moment. I was like, oh fuck, I really don't want to hear too much. So I was kind of one of those dorks covering my ears, because I wanted to be surprised.
And were you? Did you like it?
Yes, I was satisfied with both Avengers Endgame and Game of Thrones this week, and I had a fun nerd weekend. You know, I have my nitpicky complaints and my nerd complaints, and I think I'm going to film a personal vlog about how I feel. I'm filming it, so stay tuned for that on my own vlog. If you don't follow me, follow my vlog. But I'm going to do like a little nerd wrap up of that on my own. But overall I was satisfied, and as a nerd,
just because I feel like you're going to break it down. I might need that.
Right.
I feel like I'll listen.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, if someone invited me, I'd go outside of that. I'm not like checking.
You're not dying. But they're fun movies that, you know, universally most people have enjoyed. Obviously, they make $2 billion a weekend.
The restaurant I work at was crazy this weekend. I mean, anytime
because you work right by the movie theater,
yeah, it's fucking crazy. Thursday night, when I tell you I was in the fucking weeds, and I just said we had new cocktails that day, 12 new cocktails, and they wanted to order them all.
Mess all day.
I hate this fucking movie.
It doesn't help that they have like a showing every 15 minutes, so it's like literally nonstop.
We're like trying to catch our movie. I'm like, bitch, you just
this was not a good idea.
And it was well done.
Yeah, you should never try to go out to eat when you're trying to catch it. It's just a bad idea.
Honestly, I like when people get excited about things, even if I'm not into it. I like the look. I like how it looks. I like just people like being happy and excited about something. I mean,
something that brings people joy. You know, it's never a bad thing, right?
We need it when
and that was my thing too. It was a very nice weekend. Like I just focused all my social media efforts on reading about the nerd stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna do any of this politics shit this week, because if you follow politics, it's been a really bad week. We're not gonna get into it too much today, but you know, so you need to kind of have your fun where you can, because otherwise it just gets a little bit bleak. Do you have any kind of fan things or nerd?
Yeah, I do.
Because you're not really superheroes. You're not.
I'm not.
Do you have any kind
mine is music related, so I'm a big Mariah fan. Okay. So I would be excited about everything that you're saying if it was Mariah.
Okay.
Yeah,
like I knew you liked Mariah, but I didn't know you were
I'm the one
you are a lamb.
But yeah, I am definitely for sure.
Were you really offended by that Drag Race episode?
Yes,
yeah, that's right. I remember now.
The same way I didn't know about Marvel and DC.
Right.
I was like, how do you not know anything about Mariah?
But that is even different too, because you are a gay drag queen. If you do not know about Mariah Carey and pop star diva,
yes.
Well, speaking of that, we said we weren't going to do too much Drag Race, but it is about the midway point in the latest season of RuPaul's Drag Race, season 11. So we thought we'd have a little discussion today. You guys have been watching, right? What do you guys think of the season overall so far? You have any thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Okay, let us know. Let's go.
I didn't like Silky at first, but now I like her a lot.
Growing on me.
A lot of people hate her. Yeah.
I feel the same way. I thought she was very obnoxious at the beginning and a little loud, but she's growing on me definitely. There's also all those rumors about her kind of like harassing people and not being professional, which I've heard a lot in the scene. So,
but now that you see the episode, you can see how she can be too touchy. Like,
a little bit. Every celebrity she kind of grows and hugs. So maybe she just needs to learn personal boundaries.
Like, it's one of those things you have to like. She's like, oh, I am doing that. Oh shit, like I need to chill out because I agree.
Sometimes you watch yourself on camera and you learn. You know.
I was a little comfortable when I heard about that, but I'm the same way. At first, I was just like, damn, this goes a lot. But I can relate because I can be a lot sometimes.
Right.
But sometimes you got to read the room. Sometimes it's not the tea.
Right.
But then, like, at the end of the day, this is her shot. I feel like, fuck it, go for it. Be loud, be you, be
unapologetically you.
Yeah, you would hope that you could be that, or you would want other people to be themselves. So I'm right there with Silky. As far as my fave, I'm still rooting for my girl Vanjie.
You are? Okay.
I know she's not. Listen, I know she's being that same solo way. I know that.
I love Miss Vanjie.
I think she's reached her peak, but
I agree.
I love her too.
She is coasting on personality. And she is, I know. But
it's time for Homegirl to go.
She maybe should have been. Yeah, I know. I know.
A few episodes.
Like maybe she'll make top 5. Not top
no,
5.
she needs. It needs like.
Look, you never know because you don't know what the next few challenges are.
I'm loving Evie. How about that?
You love Evie, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Evie's sort of become slightly of a villain of the show. She seems to have had a lot of issues with people, calling people
Her and Silky are the same person. That's why they're flashing.
Yes.
I feel like they're very similar.
I like them. I like Evie, her like real personality, but sometimes I understand she can be a bit much and it's like a little aggressive. Yeah. And maybe you shouldn't point out everything someone else is doing, especially as their first season together. We're just meeting. Like
the last thing you want to hear when you get critiqued on stage, you come back off and then get critiqued again by. You got to read that room too and be like,
you're right.
You know that's not what you want to hear. It's more you're in your worst of your worst. So she needs to just pick and choose when and how she talks to you. I think she's gotten a little bit better the last episode.
Had to get her together.
Right. Yeah, she had a clash with Silky. She had a clash with Vanjie. She's been, I think they've somewhat worked through it.
Right.
What do you guys think of that kind of epic lip sync? I will say the Brooklyn Heights and Evie Oddly lip sync was one of the best lip syncs I think I've seen on Drag Race in memory. What did you guys think? Were you a fan? No?
Yeah, when was this?
No, he's not. He doesn't even know.
Was it last week?
Like 2 weeks ago?
I think.
2 weeks. Yeah.
First of all, they both did.
Oh, they both got saved.
They were both horrible in Snatch Game. It was a terrible Snatch Game.
And Brooklyn Heights kind of redeemed herself on that runway because it been.
Oh yeah, that was a great runway.
But I do love how like RuPaul's like, but baby, that's not gonna help you. You're still in the bottom.
Yeah, but I appreciate that. If you know you do bad, then you compensate every way. She brought head to toe look. She had a great reveal, and then she turned it out in the lip sync. So I like Brooklyn Heights. This season for me is a little. I don't know. Usually most seasons there's like some front runners. There's some that I'm like blown away by. Yeah. I haven't been blown away by anybody. Other than that double lip sync I thought was pretty awesome.
There's front runners by default.
There's front runners by default.
Because other people are so bad, but there's not a front runner because
that's kind of how
they're amazing.
Yeah, like as well.
I mean, I think Brooklyn is a front runner and pretty much has been the whole time. Because she's very polished, she's very good. She's she's a polished queen, she has good looks, and she's like, great with her body, yada yada, and everything. So she gives me, kind of in the same vein as Trinity, where I expect her to kind of go all the way because she's been great from the beginning. in comparison, especially to some of the girls.
You know, Brooklyn's been getting a lot of complaints as far as like not giving enough personality.
Energy,
not everyone's gonna give you that, and I feel like that's okay because at the end of the day, like when I go to a show, I know she's gonna perform. She's actually gonna kill it because now that we've seen her lip sync. So Brooklyn Heights, I mean, she was a runner for me, but I definitely I'm not a fan.
Who are you voting for, or who are you rooting for?
My top four?
Yeah, top four.
Brooklyn, Nina West. Akira.
Akira.
But I do like Akira.
Yeah.
She
has some really good look. No, I was sleeping on Akira, but she's been moving on up, getting better and better. And she's got some really, really polished, really good looks.
Yeah, I think she's going to be top four. And I know
Vanjie.
And this is only because I like her and I think Mama Ru loves her. So I think she's going to put in that top four.
Yeah, I can see Vanjie making it. I can see Vanjie controversially making it to the top four. I can see that happening. What about you? Are you rooting for anybody in particular?
No. What I do, here's what I do. I look at people and I'm like top 5, top 6, top whatever.
Right.
And Silky, I can say top 5. Whenever she goes home, it's gonna be really dramatic. And you know,
like a top 4. Sorry, I forgot about it.
Silky top 4?
She's top 4.
I mean, she's got to start putting a little more effort into it, I think. Right. Because she's coasting. Like, she is very talented. I've watched some of her videos online, and she actually can perform really well. But she's kind of being lazy,
well, I saw her drag. Like a few weeks before even they rebuilt
Oh, really? And how was she?
And I was like, she put on a fucking show.
Oh, she did?
I mean, like, the club was warm. Like, she did an awesome lip sync, but then came back and, like, took us to church pretty much. Because, like, the whole club, and then, like, had this basket going around, like, you know, they do a
like a church basket.
Had that going, and bitch, her friends with her, and like, you could just tell she was having a good time. So once I saw her, I was like, okay, bitch, I see you. You're gonna be on RuPaul's Drag Race. That's why you're here, and I can at least I know you can lip sync.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. She's got
I mean, she is talented. We'll see. Again, there's nobody that's just a clear, blown away front runner for me this season.
That's
so
cool,
I guess, so I guess that makes it, you know.
Last year we all knew Aquaria was gonna win.
Yeah, pretty much. From pretty early on, I think we all thought she was gonna win. So I guess it's kind of anybody's game right now, but it's shaping up to be an interesting season. We'll keep watching. We'll probably do another little, you know, a little roundup at the very end when it's all said and done. But you know, let us know who you guys are rooting for. I know some of our watchers are still huge Drag Race fans. I'm sure you guys are watching every week, so let us know who you guys are rooting for. Another superstar making headlines the past few weeks. My favorite, Miss Britney Spears. She's been in the headlines a little bit lately because she recently checked herself into a 30-day wellness clinic. They say she's having a bit of a meltdown. There's been all these, you know, battling rumors about what's been going on with her, but she has been in a 30-day wellness center that she checked in herself. That's what we know as a fact. The other details are sort of all over the place. What do you guys think about Britney?
First of all, I'm glad she's getting help. Yeah. You know, it's very important. You know, if you're going through any kind of mental illnesses or just like stress, depression, any of that, I feel like, you know, the best thing for you to do is seek help. And so I'm happy about that. The sad part is obviously seeing it, you know, being on the other side and seeing our beloved Britney Spears go through the things she's going, and not just that, seeing it get so much attention. You almost feel bad because it's like, you know, we go through our shit, but like to have someone like in your business and it's like the millions and like, not just that people were worried, like we need to actually see her, she's being held hostage.
There's a lot of mystery with this.
What do you think about the mystery about it?
Well, you know, it started out, what kind of sparked this whole what's going on with Britney is she got a second residency in Vegas, and then earlier this year she had to postpone it, kind of shockingly or surprisingly to everyone because she had just announced it. So everyone was sort of wondering, and then she sort of disappeared from social media for like a couple months. She wasn't really, you know, she had been actively posting and, you know, she kind of disappeared, and then it was revealed that she had checked in here. Since she checked in, the rumors have just been like swirling. There was a podcast, did you guys hear about this podcast? A podcast that kind of follows Britney Spears, huge Britney fans, and they claim to have inside information, and they kind of put it out there to the world that Britney was being held against her will and medicated against her will, and sort of made it more of a situation. Like, as far as we know, she was just getting some rest, checked in. They sort of escalated it and said because of her conservatorship that she's still under, her dad is kind of in charge of her money and, you know, makes some legal decisions for her still because of her mental breakdown in the past. They brought up the conservatorship and said, they're using it to really control Britney, and they're keeping her drugged up, and you know, there's just all kinds of rumors flying.
From like her handlers are like controlling her,
right?
Like, they have more say than she does,
right?
Her boyfriend was hired,
right,
like,
to keep her.
So much, yeah, there's so much tea that you just.
Her young hot boyfriend, he's so cute.
Right,
I hope he's not a paid boyfriend. I hope not. Britney deserves some young hot chick.
You just hope she's being taken care of, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I felt like she hasn't been the same since that whole break. You know, even like when she was like performing, like you just feel like she was different. But I'm hoping she gets the help she needs. I just hate that there's so much
speculation.
And I don't even know if it's true. I don't even want to be like, oh, bitch, that's BS. But at the same token, like, this has kind of been a long rumor thing. This isn't really new.
Right.
Is that?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of prominent people, while this has all been going on, the hashtag Save Britney has been making its rounds around the internet, Twitter. But her fans are going crazy. They protested in West Hollywood, Save Britney. Everyone wants to save Britney. Everyone's concerned about her because she does have a fan base. You know, what I'll say about it is, if she is someone that needs to be on meds, which she probably does, speaking from my own personal experience and dealing with depressions and anxieties and things, I understand sometimes you have to be on some kind of medication, on something to get healthy. So if she is on them, maybe it is probably for her own good, and I would like to think that her father would have her best interests at heart. But there are some celebrities who have spoken out against, you know, the situation. And Dave LaChapelle, who is a famous photographer and music video director, he's worked with Britney. He shot her first, the infamous Rolling Stone cover with the Tinky Winky, and he shot that, and he shot a couple of her videos, and he recently spoke out and said every time he's worked with her, he always felt like, you know, there was something she was hiding, that she was sad inside, that she was trying to let the world know she felt sad and depressed and caged. And, you know, that's why the concept of the video he shot, she said she just wanted to die in the video. You know, there's been other celebrities that have sort of spoken out and liked the tweets indicating that they have felt maybe Britney has been not well for some time, and, you know, maybe giving some credence to these rumors about her being controlled by her team.
Just pretty much pushing her like a train for the cash.
Right, even her own mom was liking posts that were Save Britney.
I saw that too.
Britney, after these Save Britney hashtags went crazy, and everyone on the internet speculating, she made a video where she seemed a little, I mean, not too different for Britney, you know, sometimes she's a little out of it, but you know, people are saying that that was something that her team kind of forced her to do, to kind of put bed, you know, she said basically, I'm okay, I just needed to rest.
Like sad.
It is sad.
She has to come out.
Yeah, why do you need to make a video
like that? I'm just like going through some things.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because like, we've struggled with mental health stuff, and like, I just can't imagine having to speak up on it. Because someone
while you're still in the mix of it.
Yeah, not like because someone's like, hey, speak up on it. You know what I mean? Like for me personally, like it's still a little uncomfortable. I'm not there yet. But kudos to Britney, but at the same token, like I know she did it because she had to.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
I mean, I personally hope that whatever the case is, whether she's forced to be there or whether she's really there on her own, I hope it's for her best interest, for her health, and she is okay. I mean, we haven't seen any, at least publicly, any incidents like 10 years ago when she was going through all of that. By all intents and purposes, from what the public knows, she seemed to be okay. She's always posting about her kids. She's always hanging out with her kids. She seems overall never like the exact old Britney, but she seemed overall happy from her social media posts over the course of the last year or two, you know, with her new boyfriend. So Britney has a special place in my heart because, you know, she was the icon for me growing up, my pop icon, and she's a Southern girl like me, and you know, like I said, and like you said, I've dealt with my own mental health struggle, so I've always really had a soft spot for Britney, and I've seen firsthand living in LA just how crazy the paparazzi is with her. You know, like I've seen a lot of celebrities in LA, but I have never seen them as bad as they were when they would hound her in the 2 or 3 instances I saw in public, and so I can only imagine what that would do to a person since they were 15, 16 years old.
You know,
so,
let alone
you know,
a bad day as is.
Right. And you have mental health on top of that, and you have cameras in your face, and you just broke up with your boyfriend, and See,
the thing about me, like, or like us, is like, when I'm like having a bad day, like, yeah, I can go at work and I can put on a facade, but there's this idea of like being able to go home, and if I'm going through it, like I'm going
let
through
it out.
Yeah, you know, but like with celebrities, clearly like she had to answer. They were literally like making Britney come out and be like, I'm okay.
Right.
And
I mean, if your job is
really
that's not even healthy.
Right.
You know?
If your job is performing for the world in whatever capacity, you gotta keep performing no matter how it is you're feeling. So
that's why it's like, is she just like a puppet?
It's that, I hope not.
Handler's just like, now get on that stage.
I hope not. I hope, because her dad kind of did help her pull her out of that way back when and took over her stuff. You know, it is a little weird that he's still in charge of things 10 years later, because she seemingly has been okay, you know, overall.
At what point is like,
and
just pushing her, yeah.
And that's what a lot of the controversy is, because they're like, okay, she had her breakdown, but that was 10 years ago. She's proven herself to be a great mom. She's had her steady gig for years now, working. She's at least stable from what we know. Right. So why is it that she doesn't have the control back?
Sounds like we may not know.
Well,
we may not know a lot what's going behind the scenes.
I know.
Why she's still being handled. And if that's the case, let her be. Let her like get out the game.
I think she just.
And also, keep in mind, she doesn't. She's not married or anything, so maybe that's why her dad does help her.
Yeah,
because you need like a strong person in your life who has your back.
Right, and I hope he does, and I hope that's true. But you know, her mom's liking this stuff. So I don't know.
Are her parents together?
No, they're divorced. But I thought they had a decent relationship too. So for her mom to be liking I don't know. I hope Britney's okay. I really personally think that she might be perfectly happy in her life, just moving back to Louisiana, having a big house, raising her kids, eating Cheetos barefoot on the front porch. Like, I think that she would be okay, and I think for a long time she maybe doesn't want this life anymore, but there has been the pressure to take care of her kids and family, whether it's really her team forcing her to do it, or whether it's, you know, she feels the need to do it because she has supported them for so long. But I love Britney Spears. I wish her the best. I hope she is going to be fine after all of this. You know, mental health is a really serious thing, like we mentioned. You know, we've talked about it here and there, bits and pieces over the years on this show, me and Jeb. You know, we're very vocal with each other about our own mental health struggles, because it's really important that you talk about these things open and honestly and break this stigma, because still in this day and age where we're more woke, people still really look at mental health issues like they're not real issues. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you know, me and Jeb, we're talking about some of the things we're going to plan for this month with Outspoken. We really want to tackle and really kind of get into detail about some of our struggles and share them with you. So that's really important for us to do this month. Thanks for Britney to bringing it to light a little bit, talking about your story. Whether you're forced or not, you are sharing your story with the world, and I wish you the best. I think we all wish the best for Miss Spears.
Kudos for, you know, the story as far as like just getting us to talk about mental health. You know, I feel like more and more people are getting to where like it's just a common conversation versus like, oh, we're not talking about that today.
So more to come with that. Definitely stay tuned for that. More mental health awareness stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. We just wanted to catch up with you guys. We know it's been a while. We said we were going to try to be regular, and we are going to still try to be regular. We just had some technical difficulties, but next week for sure we will have a new episode, maybe 2 for you. There's a lot of stuff we want to shoot. So thank you guys so much for watching. Weigh in on all these stories. What do you think about Wendy's divorce? Jussie not coming back to Empire, Britney Spears, mental health crisis, and let us know if you guys are big nerd fans and if you enjoyed your nerd weekend.
And if Silky is your favorite.
Yeah, and for sure weigh in on Drag Race and give us a little tidbit, and you know, maybe we'll be back with a little bit more on Drag Race soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next week, bye guys, thank you.